first week for you? The content, the activities, apart from the struggle with the login details initially, but once you got your login details and you're able to access the content, how was it for you? How was the first week? Were there any further struggles? And how was it for you?
Personally, I didn't run into any issues. It was straightforward. I read through every single accessible page and module, watched all the videos. I think it's straightforward. I appreciate that the videos is online on YouTube, so it's easily accessible.
Okay. And
I also found it quite. Sorry,
go
sir.
ahead.
I found it quite easy to digest, and what I also really enjoy is specifically working with people in this industry. A lot of the things they do, you can see applies with the code of ethics. As an example, one of our people usually, after they service a machine, if there's any faulty parts, they tend to send it with us. Just as an example, that it all remains property of the person who owns the machines.
Yeah. So now you understand why. It's not just because they're trying to be nice. Okay, so great. We're still missing one colleague, but the session is being recorded. Now let's have a look at what needs to be done for this week. Now I'm going to share the program. For today, Monday, the content for the week has already been made available. So you have today, Monday, 8th of September, 8 Unit 4, which is on corrective maintenance management. Now, you will notice that there is an activity 4.1. There's no practical for corrective maintenance. The practical is linked to other contents later on. However, there is an activity, and this activity is the only group activity you're going to have in this course. Now, what do we mean by group activity? It means the three of you are going to, because sometimes, you know, as technicians in the field, there is the need to partner with other colleagues elsewhere to solve a problem. So you network together, you brainstorm together, you come up with solutions for a common problem. So this exercise fosters that kind of collaboration with colleagues elsewhere, either online or offline. In this case, you're going to do it online because it's an online course and there's a colleague in DR Congo. There's no way you're going to meet face to face, okay? So you will use any online platform, whether it's WhatsApp calls or MS Teams. And if you need MS Teams to be open for you at any time, so you can meet on MS Teams, you can let me know. Or if you need to meet on Zoom or any other platform that allows you to collaborate in real time online, that would be great. But the activity 4.1 is about maintenance. So you're going to research online using Google, using AI tools, whatever tools are available to you online. Use them to research what you understand by first line maintenance, second line maintenance, third line maintenance. What are some of the activities? What are each of this maintenance? What is it about? What are the activities involved in first, second, and third line maintenance? And what are some of the examples? So this activity will help you to really understand the differences between first, second, and third line maintenance, because that will help you to know how far you can go as a technician based on the kind of training you have received. There are some that are trained to do only first line maintenance. Some are trained to do repairs and troubleshooting up to second line maintenance, while there are some with more detailed training, they can do third line maintenance. So what is the difference between first, second, and third line maintenance? So I see the other colleague has joined. Welcome, Mbui. So I'm saying that for activity 4.1, it's a group assignment. You're going to do that assignment together. You'll collaborate together and decide how you're going to meet to discuss how to do the assignment. You will present, well, not like present as in present, but you will submit one assignment, not 3 different assignments. Because you're working together as a group for activity 4.1, you will do everything together and submit one assignment with all 3 of your names in that assignment. So you can either submit in Word format or PowerPoint format. Okay, you can use the same template as in the assignment, or you can use PowerPoint to supply your answers. But all 3 names will be there, and each person will upload that same content under their profile. So you can have each so you score the same mark for everybody. If it's 100%, it's 100% for everybody. If it's 20%, it's 20% for everybody because it's a group assignment. And this is the only group assignment that you're going to do together. So you win together, you fail together. Hopefully nobody will fail. Okay? So work together as a team, come up with answers, help each other because some are more experienced than others. Some have got more, insight into how technical things work more than others. So this is one assignment where you help each other, work together, help those who are weak in this area, bring them up, but you all get the same mark. Okay. Any questions about the group assignment 4.1? Okay, hopefully if there is, you know how to reach me. Just post a message on the WhatsApp group at any time during the day, and I'll do my best to assist. And if you need the MS Teams open for you so you can collaborate, feel free to let me know as well, which day, what time, and I'll keep it open for you to log in and do your thing. Okay, then for Tuesday, tomorrow, it's the unit on inventory and quality management. So for this unit, there's no practical, there's no quiz, no assignment. Wednesday, however, is the one on communication. It's a theoretical content and with about 3 videos that you can watch, but there are 3 activities, activity 6.1, 6.2, and 6.3. So please do observe the due date for completing those activities and quizzes. You can get them in the content section. You can also find them in the quiz or assignment section. But if you follow it in the content section, it takes you, after the one, it takes you to the next and then to the next. Okay, so that's for Wednesday. Then Thursday is ECG. Now, this is now when we start discussing the equipment itself, beginning with the electrocardiogram and ECG systems. For this, you have the theoretical content, and then you also have the practical content. So once you're done with the theoretical content, you go to the practical folder below. You have access to the practical content for electrocardiogram or ECG systems. There is no assignment for unit 7 on ECG. And then Friday is free. So on Friday, you can use it for catch up for contents that you are behind on, or for completing your assignments and quizzes and activities. And you also have the rest of the weekend off. Okay. Now let's go to tutor. So we can then see some of what I've been talking about. So if we go to my tutor, I'm not going to go to student view the way you will see it. I will just go to view the way I see it from my side. So if I go to content and I go to learning content, there is unit 4, corrective maintenance. At the end of it, you have all the videos And then at the end of it, you have the assignment 4.1, which is the group assignment. Okay, then the 5 inventory and quality management, it's there. You have 2 videos, and there's the note you can download as well. So apart from the videos, you can download the note. And then for communication, you have quite a few videos under that. Then you have activities 6.1, 6.2, and 6.3. Okay, I'm going to have a look at this due date again for activity 6.3 to make sure it's the right one. And then for ECG, you have, the content there, which is a video, and I think the PowerPoint slides are there. Then if you go down to the practical content, you see you have access to ECG. There are about 3 videos, the introduction, and then the use of the ECG simulator, and then the electrical safety testing. And in this course, you will be introduced to a range of electrical safety analyzers from different brands. There's the Rigel brand, there's the Fluke brand. Those are the 2 most popular. But there's another brand that you will notice Freddie uses here, which he will introduce as well. And the reason we introduce different brands is that you may not all have the same brands in your workshop. So whatever brand you have, if you're able to use one, it gives you an idea how to use the other. Most workshops use the Fluke brand, although the Fluke products are a bit expensive, but there's a Rigel brand as well, which is also common. But there's another brand which Freddie will introduce as he talks about most of the practical side of, the measurements and simulations.
So in this
Like the one
section,
he
we're
has on the
basically
screen,
going to
for
do electrical
instance.
safety
Okay.
testing of the ECG machine.
So that's it. I say there's only going to be 15 minutes. So we're going to stop here. Questions?
Well, I had one question. I read through the documents supplied on the course, and I just want some clarity regarding where do we fit in after the completion of this course.
So when you say where do you fit in, can you explain further?
So, like, what are we free to? What are we free to do?
You are free to start trying your hands on medical equipment maintenance. Obviously, you will start with first and second line maintenance, right? You'll be able to do first line maintenance, which you'll understand more of when you do the activity, no problem. You'll be able to do some second line maintenance under supervision. Supervision because the course does not empower you to go and start fixing every kind of device, right? You still need to get some practical experience in the field and work under supervision until you are proficient enough to work on your own. Because even the students who study clinical engineering here at TUT for 3 years, they still go for 6 months work integrated learning, where they do practicals in the field under supervision. It is then and only then that they are able to work independently on their own once they've gained sufficient experience and practical exposure.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I just needed some clarification because just to give you an example, I do
Yeah.
own all the equipment, and I
Okay.
have been practicing medical equipment maintenance without a qualification under supervision
Okay.
with, for
Yes.
example, Fraser, who
Yeah.
who's one of the lecturers.
Yes.
He's also our DSP with my company. We also
Yeah.
have practical assessments scheduled with them for further training and hands-on experience. So is there like a document to track that competence, or is it just a matter of...
Yes. You will get a certificate of competence from the university to show that you've been through this course. So you'll get a certificate, apart from the statement of result, you'll get a certificate of competence to show that you've done a course on medical equipment maintenance, yes.
Okay, sir. And is there anyone that needs to sign off on our practical competence?
Well, if you were registered full-time as a student in the university, when you go for your work integrated learning for 6 months, you go with a logbook.
Yes.
And your mentor in the field will have to sign off on everything you have done to show that, yes, you have done all of this and that and that. But because this is a short learning program, it does not include that 6 months of work integrated learning. We're trying to incorporate that in future because now we have MOU with Steve Biko Academic Hospital, where
Yes.
our full-time students will be doing their practicals. They used
Yes.
to do it there in the past, but the MOU, what's the
Yes.
word? The term finished, so now we had to renew. So we're in the process of appointing a full-time technician that will man the training center and be responsible for the training of our students. So hopefully that process is on at the moment. We should be done with it very soon. And we are hoping that once that process is on and running, for students who do the medical equipment maintenance course, if they desire to have further practical hands-on training and are able to go to Steve Biko Academic Hospital, then they will be trained under the mentorship of the full-time technician we've employed to be in charge of the training center. But that's for the future. Until we finish that process, we cannot. Yeah, so we have that in the pipeline. Yeah.
So,
So at
all right, no,
least they will be
that's
able to keep an eye while you do your practical training. They can sign off on everything you do.
So this is more a matter of when you feel you're competent, or in our example, we have Mitski, who we work hands-on with. We also work with Surgiland, but we have Fraser that can tell us that we are competent to do this.
Yes.
If we get to go ahead from Fraser, it means we are independently in the field,
Excellent.
doing up to
Yes.
stage 2 maintenance. Okay,
Yes.
that's
So
just
if
basically
Fraser gives you,
yeah.
if he says you are fine, we trust him 100%.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, we know Fraser very well. No, okay, I just wanted some clarification on that. That's then perfect. And then we had another question that we were discussing amongst ourselves. I don't know if
We've lost you now. You are muted. Can you unmute?
yes, I'm saying no. Sorry, I'm saying where do we go after this? I don't know if the third student I know said something about he's a biomedical student currently enrolled. So where do we go as SLP students to advance in this career?
Yes, we are developing, we're in the process of getting the approval process at the moment. Another course for healthcare technology management, a more advanced course than this. So we call it the Biomedical and Clinical Engineering Technology Management course. It's also going to be a short learning program, but for 6 weeks. So we've developed the course. We are in the process of going through the approval right now within the university so that it can be approved by the university, by the Clinical Engineering Association, and by EXA. So we can get the EXA certification number that normally we use to promote the course to say this course is approved not just by the university, but by KISA and by EXA. So we're in the process, and once all the approvals have been received and we've started the course, we will advertise just like we did for this course. And even those who have done, and the prerequisite will be, a number of years in the field experience or a diploma in clinical engineering or the certificate of competence in the medical equipment maintenance course. So if you have done this course, then it qualifies you for the other one.
Okay, that's good. That second course, sorry, I'm taking up a lot of your time here. That second course, does that what stage of medical equipment maintenance does that promote you? Because I know currently you said stage 2, up to stage 2. What does that one go to?
I don't know if I should be talking about something that is not yet in the public domain.
No, we're just curious to see if we should enroll currently into
okay, you see, the
a
thing
4-year
is
degree.
with third line maintenance, you have to be factory trained. That's the thing with third line maintenance, you have to be trained in the factory by the OEMs. Otherwise, you wouldn't have access to all of their software, all of their, all those back things they're doing. So you need that to do third line maintenance most of the time. But for what we do, you can do first and second line maintenance. Just like even those who train in the university, they can do first and second line. Some of them
That's what I was-
specialize. When they start working in those companies, they receive additional training from those companies that allow them to do third line maintenance. Because if you want to now specialize in, let's say, an aesthetic machine, you need this training will not allow you to start working on anesthetic equipment or things like infusion pump, all those life-saving equipment. You need additional training from the OEMs to specialize in those kind of equipments. And that is now where you get your certification that allows you to do third line maintenance, because now you're working directly with the OEMs and suppliers. So they give you additional in-house training that allows you to specialize in those equipment, and you can then go on and do third line maintenance.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, always feel free if there's any question. Yeah, that's why we're here. We're here to learn. Okay, then.
Yes.
Thank you so much. The session is recorded, and I will have it made available before the end of the day or latest tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. See you again on Monday next week, and I'll let you know
Okay.
what time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.